Hello and welcome to John on a Bike. Today I just wanted to do a little bit of a quick video about clipless pedals. Now a lot of people kind of get worried about starting using clipless pedals. Obviously they're worried about falling, unclipping, getting the feet out in time, stopping at a junction. You know, will I be able to get my feet out in time? Will I fall? Will I not be able to put my foot down in time? You know, so, and that's fair enough, you know, it's obviously a valid sort of concern, if you like, because obviously nobody wants to fall over and make a fool of themselves in the middle of the road, really. And of course, apart from the fact of how dangerous it could be, obviously, you know, last thing you'll be falling in front of a car or something. I personally, I was quite late to the whole thing of clipless pedals. I was quite sort of slow to take it up, even though I've been cycling for 30 something years, 35 or so years. What I used to use is I had touring shoes. So basically they're very similar to clipless pedals. They had a hard base on them. So because that's one of the benefits of cycling shoes, is that they've got a very solid sole, so that when you're pedaling, you're putting all the power through your pedals. So because if you've got, like, say, a pair of trainers on or something like that, if you're pedaling, your foot's flexing. So some of the power is not going through the pedals, if that makes sense, rather than all the power going through, because your sole of your shoe is solid, and so obviously you're going to push all the power through the pedals. Some of the power, it will be lost because the shoe will be kind of flexing, you know, so your foot will be going, and you kind of sort of diagram this, but you know, if you imagine if you're pedaling on your foot, if you like, you're trying to pedal and you've got trainers on, you know, your foot will be going like that, you know, you'll be kind of flexing, so you'll be losing a little bit of that power going through. Sorry, I'm distracted because it's blowing absolute gale outside, so I'm just watching the trees absolutely going crazy out there. It's a horrendous weather at the moment. Anyway, so if you're pedaling with trainers, which I actually do with me my mountain bike, I've got an old pair of trainers in there, because my thought is that on the lines and stuff where I pedal my mountain bike on trails, sometimes I want to put my foot down very quick. I'm not going out to kind of put so much power through the pedals, if you like, on a mountain bike. I'm more kind of going off of fun and just kind of chilling out. And I've also got to stop quite a lot for gates and stuff, and gates and little, you know, alleyways, so little parts where it's very narrow, the track, so I might have to put my foot down. Obviously dogs, if there's dogs on the track, I might have to put my foot down. So I tend to use trainers on the lines on my mountain bike, but on the road bike behind us, me trusty Canyon there, I've got clipless pedals on there. And as I say, I was late to the game because I basically had touring shoes. I had some old Diodora touring shoes which I'd had for years. The sole actually fell off eventually on one ride. I was out for a ride, stopped to use the loo, as you do, and my sole fell off, so that was the end of them. But they had solid shoes, and what I did is I had a little bit of a cage, just a small little cage on the front of the pedal, so it was just like a loop at the front. It wasn't a full straps or anything like that on my pedals. It was just a little toe cap, if you like. So I used to use touring shoes. Anyway, I went from that to me clipless, but when I went to the clipless, I wanted to get something that was a little bit easier to use. I don't do racing, I don't do the Tour de France, anything like that. So I wanted a shoe, and when I show a clipless pedal that was easy to use, like a beginner one, if you like. So I looked around and I hunted around, and I found one, and it was the Shimano 540. I've got it wrote down somewhere to remind us. Shimano R540 light action clipless pedals, they are. And they're really good. They basically work exactly like any other clipless pedals. It just means that they're a lot easier to get your foot out of, so you're less likely to come to a junction and not be able to get your foot out. They're a much easier pedal and much user-friendly pedal, especially for beginners, especially if you've never used clipless pedals before. Really work really well, easy to use. I'll put a link in the description, as I normally would. And I recommend them to anybody, especially if you've just started using clipless pedals. It just means it's going to be a lot easier, a lot safer to get your foot out, and you're still going to get the benefits of clipless pedals that any other pedal would use, any other pedal would be. You know, you're not sort of losing anything really. It just means that I think your foot's just not solidly as in the clip as maybe some pro cyclists would like. Some pros obviously would probably like their foot locked in solid. So, so they go for a sprint to the finish line of the Tour de France or something, they want their foot absolutely locked in so they can absolutely put the power in. Obviously for you and I, but especially for me, I'm assuming you as well, if you're watching this video, is you don't need that kind of locked in effect of your foot on your pedals. So you probably be absolutely okay with these light action clipless pedals. It'd be a lot safer for yourself, get your foot in and out. It's a lot easier to use, and you feel more confident. So these are the me Shimano R540 light action pedals. These are a bit tatty obviously because they've been on my bike a little while. No, actually I haven't been on that while actually, because I had some on my old bike, on my old Carrera bike. Budget bike, but a brilliant bike that was. But what happened was I couldn't get them off. I couldn't get them off my old Shimano, my old road bike, my old Carrera. So I bought these new, and these are brilliant. I mean, I don't think you can see the light action, but they've also, you can adjust these as well, like you can other pedals. You can adjust the tension on them. So if you want them even looser than what they are to start with, you can also adjust the tension on them. But these are really good pedals. I definitely recommend them. Work just as well as any other pedals. Just means you're not going to come to a junction and stuff and be kind of struggling to get your foot out. I've never touched wood. Find some wood to touch some wood. I've never come to a point where I couldn't get my foot out of the pedals on these. Been really good. So definitely recommend them. Definitely for a beginner, well worth using. Well, I'm on the subject of clipless pedals. Also, just to show you the shoes I use, my cycling shoes, I use my road bike. These Muddy Fox ones, cheap as anything, cheap as chips. About £25 I think I paid for them. But if you, obviously, you would start using clipless pedals, and you want to get some proper cycling shoes, then you might not want to pay absolute fortune. You can pay £300 for a pair of cycling shoes, no problem at all. So you might not want to put that investment in. You might want to get some a little bit cheaper just to try it out, see how it goes. You could always then upgrade to more expensive shoes if you like. You can get carbon fibre shoes and all sorts now. And these were £25. Work absolutely great. I've used them loads. I've used them on a few sportives. Good shoes, no problem at all with them. I suppose the biggest difference, I really struggle to understand actually what the big difference is between really cheap cycling shoes and expensive ones. To me, you pedal your bike with them, and if you can pedal your bike with them, that's the job done. But anyway, maybe that's just me. But obviously Muddy Fox are a cheaper brand. Actually the same name as my leggings, actually, Muddy Fox. But anyway, that's just me. Cheapo cycling. Anyway, because cycling can be very expensive, so it's obviously it's good to get some things a little bit cheaper. So these, like I say, will do the job. It's a good starting point for you. You might, if you don't want to get expensive shoes, you don't want to start off with a fortune, you can get some a little bit cheaper. So save yourself a bit of money, and the good shoes. Definitely recommend them. Not a problem. Maybe it's a little bit heavier than the really expensive ones. Maybe that's the difference in price. I don't know. Well, obviously if they're carbon fibre, there will be a lot like that. Yeah, but they're not a ton weight by any means. But I suppose like more professional cyclists might sort of turn the nose up the weight of these. But yes, anyway, good starting point if you want to get yourself a cheap pair of cycling shoes, just to try out clipless pedals, so you're not spending a fortune. Then if you didn't like using clipless pedals, you could always you haven't lost a fortune. You haven't spent an absolute bomb on gear and shoes and whatnot. Okay, this is John the Bike. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.